Welcome to Passion for Books. My name is Kim. Today I'm bringing you the Booktube Real Talk 2.0 tag video. This was done by the Wild Sasha, and the original creators are Books with Alyssa and Julia Sapphire, and I'll link all of their channels down below if you are curious to see the originals as well as Sasha's take on this video or this tag. There are 8 questions, so let's get started. Question number 1. If you could give yourself one piece of advice when you started making videos, what would it be? I would say know what type of content that I really wanted to make. I kind of came into this whole Booktube community by accident. I started my channel as a combination eclectic style channel with beauty products, makeup, and books. So I kind of stumbled through and along and to see if this is something I really wanted to do. I had my ups, I had my downs, and I think partly it's because I couldn't find my true passion when I was doing so many different things. So I would tell my younger self a year ago, almost a year ago, that know for sure what type of content. So again, so my year anniversary on YouTube will be at the end of December, so I have a few months. So I've been filming for about 7 months or so. But definitely know the content that I wanted to really create and where my passion lies. I absolutely love books. I'm developing taste in different genres that I have not picked up probably since high school. Definitely getting into the classic style books and going into YA, which wasn't really around when I was growing up. Dating myself there a little bit. There are more books available for teens and going into young adults than when I was coming up. It was pretty much kid books, then adult books. There wasn't a lot in between. So that is kind of my take on that question number 1. It's just knowing the content that you want to create and then go for it. So that's my advice to my past self, if I could go back and tell myself what to do. So question number 2. What are your thoughts on cancel culture? If you are someone who is very passionate about something, I can see where if some company or some author did something that went against everything that you stood for, I could see possibly no longer supporting them. But I think with the internet and there are a lot more keyboard warriors, I think, out there that don't realize the impact of what they say online, and it can become very hurtful. You don't see the other person on the other side of the screen and how you impact them. I think it's very easy for people just to get on the bandwagon with, everybody is no longer supporting this one, I'm not going to do that either. They don't really stop and think about their own perspective. So I can see, again, if it is going against your core values, your core beliefs, I can see not supporting like a brand or a company or possibly an author if they've done something that just goes against everything you believe in and stand for. I can see not supporting them. Not saying going out and trolling them and bashing them, just simply don't buy their products, don't buy their books, don't follow them on social media. That I can see happening, but so many people get so offended by everything that I think that's become a problem, that we no longer have the ability to think for ourselves, to really analyze what's going on. Is it true? Is it factual? Are you going out and, researching it, not just on gossip blogs or gossip channels, but really researching it and deciding for yourself and not just jumping on the wagon because everyone else is doing it. So that's kind of my take on cancel culture and its prevalence in today's society. Question number 3. Do you consider Booktube to be a welcoming community? I myself, once I became part of the community, when I did the new Booktube newbie tag, I was welcomed by so many different people. Big YouTubers, Booktubers, smaller accounts, just as welcoming. But you do have to get involved, and that's where I feel I lack still. It just goes against my nature. I'm an extreme introverted person, so it's really hard for me to jump into conversations, to start conversations. So that I'm struggling with, but I am trying to get better. The more conversations I have down below in my comments section, the better and more connected I feel to people. There are at least 2 or 3 people that comment on my videos, and we have conversations back and forth, so I feel like I am connecting with them. There is 1 or 2 that I also in communication with on Twitter. That seems to be more of where I connect with people outside of my videos. It's off of Twitter. So I am making connections, and I'm trying to push myself, because this is so far out of my realm of ever thinking I would do something like this, because it does push me out of my comfort zone. And I'm really enjoying it when I do make those connections, and I feel that the friendships are starting to develop. That just, it warms my heart. That's kind of corny, I guess, to say, but even though it's internet friends, it's still people I'm communicating outside of my house, outside of my daily life, my real, quote-unquote, real life. And I look forward to those conversations that we are engaging in. So, yes, I would say if you get involved, the more you get involved, the more communication you develop, the more welcoming it does seem. But if you're someone that is waiting for other people to make the first step, then it may not feel as warm, as welcoming as if when you go out and you're promoting yourself, you're trying to strike up genuine conversations with people and not just simply say, hey, I'm a new YouTuber, come and see my video I just posted. You know, that's okay to do that, but also to get genuine comments, genuine conversations started outside than just come in and see, or just spamming people with your links to your videos. I think I've only linked 1 video that I'm aware of. I might have done it on when I was, again, my eclectic self, when I very first started. But I think I can count 1 time that I've linked. I think it was a tag video, because the creator had said to tag her or post the video so that she could go back and watch it. I did do that. You know, I commented on something on her video as well, that I finally did get this video done, and I left a link there. But typically I don't do that, but it was because it was requested to do that. I did. But other than that, I don't spam, and I do try to just do genuine comments to connect with people. Okay. All right, question number 4. What are your thoughts on book consumerism? Do you feel pressured to buy books? I think each person has a different take on consumerism. I think it can get out of hand, and especially with easy access to credit cards, I think consumerism can overtake you if you're not careful. I'm guilty of that. Because again, wow, where did that come from? When I very first started out, again, it was a beauty book channel. At that time, I thought I had to go out. I did not have a ton of makeup, so because I decided to do that with my content, I thought I had to go out and buy all of this type of makeup, a storage unit to keep it all in, and I'm a very compulsive buyer. Got myself into trouble, of course, so I'm working on getting myself out of that trouble as we speak, and I am doing a pretty good job, I think. It's taken me some time, but you've got to have your boundaries. I think you need to set boundaries if you do start your channel. Know how much you want to spend, and don't go out of that. And that has taken me a long time to learn. I am still in the process of learning that. And I've pretty much said I cannot buy X until I have paid off X amount on my credit cards, because my goal is to get out of debt, out of my consumerism debt that I got into earlier because of starting a channel. And I thought I had to be able to even remotely be able to talk about stuff. I had to have things, because, yeah. I still, to this day, don't know why I started that way, but I did. But the other part of that question, do you feel pressure to buy books? Yes and no, because it kind of leans back. Because when you first start out, a lot of things that you see on Booktube is a lot of YA. And I don't, or have not, up until this point, really read a lot of YA. So I was just saying that the YouTubers or Booktubers that I am currently watching and really seeing on Booktube, there's not a ton of adult books being talked about. Most of it is YA. So in a way, I feel like I need to read more YA, but I'm reading YA that I want to read. So I try to keep myself on somewhat of a budget, so that I can again pay down my credit cards from previous consumerism when I first started out. And then I do have 2 boxes that I get, subscription boxes that do bring in mystery books that helps balance out my channels. And then I'm rereading my other books that I already own, and I incorporate those also into my TBR. So yes and no with that question. Question 4 about being pressured to buy books. That is kind of my summation of that. Okay, so hopefully you guys understood my answer there. All right, question number 5. Would you consider yourself a critical reader or / reviewer? Yes, I am a reading teacher, so I teach books all day. I do find myself saying mentally that this is not right, or the sentence structure is not right, they made a mistake here, they left this out. I do find myself doing that a lot when I am reading books. But as far as doing reviews, I am still in the process of learning what I want to talk about when I do my reviews of my books. And if you guys can leave me comments down below what types of things you like to see in reviews of books, then I think that would help me out a lot there. Because I'm still finding my way. Some people do spoiler reviews, some people do not. I'm kind of trying to do as little spoiling as possible, because I want you to be able to discover everything on your own. But sometimes books are difficult to review without giving little bits of details to intrigue you enough to want to go and read the book yourself. So it's kind of a balance act there, but I am becoming more critical of what books I enjoy, especially in the YA realm. I've discovered I'm not a huge contemporary high school book person unless they're dealing with real problems and not more silly, he doesn't like me now type of thing. And I guess if I was a younger reader reading that, it wouldn't be such a big problem, but because I am an older booktuber, I have a different spin on the things that I enjoy reading about. So that is kind of my answer for that question. So I am critical, getting more critical about what I want to read, and I'm trying to develop my reviewing person, or my take on reviews, I guess is what I'm still in the works on. All right, question number 6. Do you take part in Readathons? What are your thoughts on them? I am intrigued by Readathons, but I know with my work schedule, I work at least 40 plus hours as a middle school teacher. I simply don't have the time to invest in doing readathons. They're usually doing 5 to 8 books or more in a 2-week period of time, and I simply do not have the time to invest in really enjoying. I think that would put so much pressure on me. I would not want to read. I would be so exhausted if I even attempted to read the minimum books in a 2-week period of time to make being a part of a readathon effective or about valuable to me. It is a way, and I know a lot of people do them to connect to other people, and that is awesome. Maybe during the summer I can do more readathons then, or during Christmas break if people are doing readathons then. I would have more time to invest in to be able to do more of that type of thing. But I am interested. They do intrigue me. I just don't have the time, unfortunately, and that is sad for me because I really would like to do that. Again, it's another way to connect with other booktubers as well, and other readers. All right, question number 7. Recommend a book with a topic or issue that you are passionate about. And that's really, really hard. Because I know the books I would love to read, but I don't know if it's things that I am truly passionate about. I guess if you really want to say, like, I'm passionate about, like, love will always conquer no matter what. So I would say Nalini Singh's Archangels, all those books, the Guild Hunter books, because they go through so many difficulties to be together because she is a human, he is an archangel, and then finding their way together with their love intact as partners and not as one person being subservient to the other. So maybe that could answer that, because I do believe love can conquer pretty much anything if you're willing to work for it. So maybe that could be an answer for that one. Okay. And then the last one is to tag 3 friends. Let's see. Who would... one person would be Tia in all the books. Definitely would tag her, and I'll list her channel down below. Sam from A Bear and a Bee Books. Definitely would tag her to see her take on this one. And maybe Murphy Napier, I'll tag her and list her down below and see if she will do this take on this tag video as well. But anyways, these are all the 8 questions. Again, I will link the original creators as well as the Wild Sasha channels down below so that you can check out their answers for these questions as well. If you enjoyed today's video, I hope you give me a thumbs up. Maybe subscribe if you are not a current subscriber, and click on the notification bell so that you get all of my content as I load it. But anyways, I hope you have a fantastic day or evening, depending on when you watch this video. And until my next video, I hope you have a good one. Bye.